Greetings. This is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 222, all twos. This is my 2024 kind of Marriott Hilton Worldmark comparison. I'll probably do one every year or so, but it's the middle of the year update. First of all, talk about just to give you a sense, I own all three. I have elite status with all three different levels. And then the next thing I want to talk about, I think, is the most important because it's really about ongoing costs. So I do comparisons of cost for studios, one bedrooms, and two bedrooms, and of course you compare that to quality as well and make your choices. Then I'm going to go first with Marriott Abound, then I'll go with Hilton HGV Max, and then Worldmark by Club Wyndham, which is the three that I own. And then I rank them subjectively, and I'll go through the criteria and all that and the rankings. So this is a little bit longer video than normal because there's a little lot to cover. And hang in there. I'm going to go tell you a little bit about my channel, and about 28 seconds from now, I'll be back to go in the detail. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and Worldmark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter, Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. He's back. And I own all three. Marriott Outbound, hey, that's the luxury brand. That's what they target. Not to say others are not better than hotels and luxury in their own way, but the top tier, that's their target audience. I'm a first level elite with the luxury brand. There are multiple levels above me. And again, they're the owner of Marriott in Vistana, and I've been an owner there since 2007. Hilton HGV Max. I view them as luxury and affordability, and they're improving their luxury as over time because they're doing upgrades. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm the next to top tier. They have one more tier above me, but this is where I feel really comfortable at. They have luxury perks, and now they have over 200 locations with the purchase of Blue Green. So that's pretty exciting to me to give all those choices for me. And I've been an owner since about 2008. Worldmark by Wyndham. They're affordability, and they have the full features. You know, maybe just not quite the luxury couches, or the pools aren't quite as big. You know, and maybe that's somewhat for debate, but it's full features. It makes you feel like you're in a timeshare. You have all the capabilities, kitchens, and all that stuff. I'm diamond status there. There's a new one coming out, Founders, so I'm next to the top, I guess. Again, high availability. Some locations are not, but in general, availability, and they're driving vacations across the country. It's really, I find it very affordable, and I've been an owner there since 2017. Okay, we're going to talk about the eye chart, but I think to me, this is the most important piece of information, because if I'm getting luxury, I want to make sure I'm not overpaying for it, and if I want to stay in a lot of timeshares, I want to make sure maybe I'm a little more frugal. So to me, it matters to me a lot to keep my costs under control, because I want to have more vacations for the same amount of money. So. Real quickly, let's just start with the studios. Marriott, you can see, is 123 to 240, and these are best ballpark. Not there may be a little way to get a little cheaper, and it might be a little more expensive. But I try to pick, because different resorts can have different point values. Just trying to give a general sense. The same thing's true with Hilton. There's some really low end ones at $34 a night at off peak, and that's like I think that's in North Carolina, right in the middle of winter, which is not it's totally available. They're almost like trying to fill up the place, and it goes up to 118 in a kind of a peak period. And then Worldmark, not quite as low as Hilton, but they have the upper end at $85 a night. It's just amazing. And the studios often in Worldmark have full kitchens. That's the majority. So it's really, for me, traveling. I put the studios on here. A lot of families might not consider it, but for me, I just fold up the Murphy bed, and I have my full living room during the day. So I find that from a frugal perspective amazing. Now looking at the one bedrooms, you can see Marriott is 139 to 256. You know, literally almost double Marriott. Might as well say it's double. Marriott is double Worldmark, and almost double what Hilton is. So 139 to 256. Hilton is 83 to 166, and then Worldmark is 71 to 113. And again, even in the peak season, that 113 sounds really good to me. So, and this is all based on maintenance fees and translating that into dollars. So the top, the two bedrooms, again, Marriott being quite a bit above everybody else, 211 to 467. And again, I'm trying to pick the average cost at the average timeshare, and there are all different prices based on things, but this is the best estimate I have. Hilton 121 to 242, almost not quite half what Marriott is. And then Worldmark, you can see less than half. We're 85 for the two bedroom and 142. And again, whatever size you're in, you get to use the full amenities of the location. So for me, staying as a single person, staying in the studios, if they have kitchens, is by far the best deal for me. Anyway, there you have the probably what I see is the most important chart, because at the end of the day, that's what it costs me to go on vacation. Okay, now I'm going to talk about what to expect. So this is Marriott Abound. What to expect is you're going to get luxury full service. And I think it's, I won't say all locations, but almost all locations. You're going to have restaurants, pool bar, a spa, fitness center. You're going to have everything, and it'll be top tier capability. Again, this is, I can't say for everything, but in general, that's true. However, as I just showed in the last slide, luxury is expensive. Roughly twice the price of Hilton and more than double Worldmark. So if you're wanting that moment of breakaway for luxury to really put yourself in that, that works, then Marriott might be the right place for you. If you're looking more for I want to have more vacations and spread my money further, then maybe Marriott's not right for you. But those are the trade-offs, or maybe like me, I have a little bit of so I can have a little bit of both. Not a lot of changes in 2024. I think they're really settling in on the program and trying to get better with it, with the existing things once they did a Vistana Marriott merger. They've got Westin, Sheraton, Marriott, and Ritz-Carlton timeshares, and Ritz-Carlton by far the most luxurious. They do, on the Marriott hotel side, they have townhome suites and residence inns, and those are timeshare-like features. You have their hotels and that huge number of locations for those. And again, one of the other things, if you have the hotel points, I can't say that it's every location, but I have seen that you can book with your Bonvoy points. You can actually book timeshare locations, so maybe allow you to get in there using your Bonvoy points from staying at hotels. All right, now let's talk about what expectations I have for Hilton or HGV Max as their marketing program. I view this as a combination of luxury and affordability, and their strategy is to buy their companies in the last couple of years and then upgrade them. So they're kind of a real estate company that they're buying and upgrading, and I find that great because I'm getting more locations. They may not initially be upgraded, but then they move them up to the Hilton standard over time. Yet to know fully what that will look like. We're kind of in that transition now. But there's the interesting part. Now I've grown to over 200 locations, and now Blue Green's purchased, which is the most recent one. That hasn't been integrated, and the point systems haven't gelled. They've already implemented the Diamond International purchase and integrated it. There's still some system work and stuff like that, so it's not fully all done, but you can see much of it happening. I like their elite benefits. They have free last minute stays that I get so many dollars per year. It depends on your status level. You get multiple searches, so you can actually have it constantly check for the vacation you want in case you're even last minute, because there's always cancellations as they get closer. So that's a great feature to have. Free Lyft rides to and from the properties. I think that's great. And then the other thing they have is if you're short of points, you can actually buy one-time points, and based on your level, the price you pay per point. So that's a nice feature if you want to sort of add another vacation on the end of your points. They've got integration with hotels and timeshares, RCI, their credit cards. I'm a Diamond member because I have one of their credit cards, so that really helps me on the hotel side. And they do also have like Homewood Suites. They have full kitchens, and I've stayed in those quite a bit. I call that my timeshare light. So I think that full features. Again, Hilton, I think, is really moving the game up. They're improving their quality on some of the resorts after they purchase them. And I'm not seeing assessments so far in the last couple of years, so it's all part of my maintenance fees embedded in all of that. Last but not least is the Worldmark by Club Wyndham, and I'm Worldmark versus Club Wyndham. Primarily, I'm in California, and that's where more of the Worldmark is on the West Coast. Club Wyndham is a little more on the East Coast as a general local situation. And again, 200 plus resorts, and I view this as affordability and basic time share features, so it's the lowest cost. And again, as a frugal traveler, I love that. I've actually done this. I've driven across the USA. All the way to Indiana, not quite all across, but I could have done the rest. And I stayed in timeshares the whole way. There were a few days I had longer drives, like 9 or 10 hours, but hey, I was able to do that. Could have probably stayed in a hotel, but I decided to stop and spend 3 days each as I went across the U.S. So they also have this purchase ability to, they call it Monday Madness, where every Monday you have a different set of locations you can buy up to 9 months out. And then they have the 90-day window where you can buy them. And these are less costly than your maintenance fees. So it's cheaper to stay than your maintenance fees that I showed earlier. Not a lot, so it's primarily the same. But that effectively gives you unlimited vacations. So you can look for the Monday Madness or the inventory specials to almost continually do that. And it's roughly at the cost of maintenance. So maybe you don't need to buy as many points. Again, as a frugal traveler, I don't want to spend, developer costs can be very expensive to buy the points if I can just use Monday Madness to fill in and then use my main credits instead of point, they call them credits, but to use that to book those sort of hard to book locations. Also, they have with Interval International and RCI Worldmark, you can actually hook to both, which is kind of cool. I've used the RCI a lot. Club Pass, so if you're on the Worldmark side and you want to stay in the Club Wyndham, you can use Club Pass. It costs you $49, so you don't have to have both Worldmark and Club Wyndham. It is a lot less availability, so it's not quite as good as owning both, but it is an option for you. Their Wyndham Rewards works both with Vacasa, and Vacasa is a property management company they own, and there are thousands of places to stay. I've gotten last minute stays on the Big Island in the middle of the triathlon, so it's almost all the hotels are booked up, but I was able to get one that very week, the week right before, I guess, actually. And you can also use those Wyndham Reward points to actually book at the timeshares. I use that a lot to book into Club Wyndham resorts. So it's really cool that program's really cool if you want to use Wyndham Rewards is really cool for staying in timeshares. And I have the credit card to do the maintenance and all that stuff, so that adds up to your points. So I can get a couple free nights just from paying my maintenance fees with the credit card. And again, Wyndham hotels are everywhere. There are a huge number of brands. So that's expectations as far as Worldmark by Club Wyndham. Okay, now I'm going to do my subjective ranking. That's I wanted to make sure it wouldn't be a comparison without a subjective. And again, you might have different ratings if you were to choose slightly different things, but these are mine. And just to go briefly, so when I look at luxury, where again 3 is the best and 1 is the least. So luxury, it's Marriott on top, Hilton, and then Worldmark. From a cost, it's the reverse. Marriott's the most expensive, Hilton's in the middle, and Worldmark is the least expensive. Although Hilton is not that far from Worldmark, From the credit card hotel program, I love the Hilton one, although the Worldmark's really good for being able to stay in timeshares. But having Diamond a status just by having a credit card means you get free breakfast and free various things that you might not get otherwise. So you get the maximum when you stay in a hotel. Number of locations, yeah, you put Marriott's got the least. And I believe now Hilton has the most, although I've not seen numbers published exactly, but it does feel like with the addition of Blue Green, I believe they will be on top. So that's debatable. Maybe we should make them the same. But elite benefits, I view the Hilton ones because I get basically free things. Although Worldmark's really good because I don't pay for cleaning fees when I stay 1 or 2 nights. So that's a really nice feature. So again, Hilton and Worldmark in my mind are similar. There are some nice features that Marriott has for the elite benefits. You can book them within 90 days, and Club Wyndham has something similar. Driving vacation, I'm now putting Hilton on top. Last time I did a review, I had Worldmark on top, and again, it's the purchase of Blue Green has a lot of properties in the middle of the U.S. That was always a challenge on the West Coast and East Coast. You had lots, but it was getting across the middle. And I think with Blue Green, Hilton actually ends up on top. So here's my bottom line. Hilton, again, it's probably no surprise. It's luxury and low cost, kind of the combination. So it's not that surprising that I rank it as a top. I'm more of a frugal traveler. So Worldmark ends up in second place, and that's just my personal bias, but I think I speak for most people. And then Marriott is the least because it's really just the cost is so high. It's hard for me as a frugal traveler. Again, I'm not the person who's just wants luxury, and if I can't have that, it's not good enough for me. I'm more about frugal. Again, summary: luxury at a price, full service, high-end location. That's Marriott. Lots of locations, affordable luxury, nice benefits, and they're growing the program and improving the places. So I feel that's an up and coming, and I think it's great now and also improving the most. And then Worldmark is the low cost, many locations, available car, and they have kind of the unlimited vacations as well. So there you have it. I hope you liked this video. Sorry for it being a little longer, but this was great. Take care.